Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency and the founder of Mkose Talk Shows. So today, guys, I am just gonna be here for maybe 20 minutes because I've been having technical problems, and also I had to cut my live because I am basically moving house, and things are not going how I planned. So I'm basically moving a house. I was supposed to move last month, and the exchange on my side fell apart because where I was meant to move, uh, people changed their mind. So now everything is costing money. So I had to pick this call because somebody that is representing me for me to move to a new house. So hopefully everything is gonna be okay now. So I had to cut off that live because I have been on the phone with these people for like for 1 hour, and I couldn't get through. So I had to basically cut off, and now they've called me back. So that's why I had to basically stop my live. So I'm gonna be here for 20 minutes. I'm gonna delete the other one. So that is part of life. That is the problems. That's why basically we were talking about anxiety on Friday, how to deal with anxiety. So unfortunately, if you don't deal with the problems when they come, or accept them for what they are, so that is the situation that I've been dealing with, the housing situation, the you name it. So hopefully I'm gonna stop wasting money and just move, because I'm basically paying for emergency accommodation for no reason. And because everybody is blaming pandemic, you want the paperwork, you want the lawyers, you want somebody to do this, they're blaming pandemic. Everything is so slow now because of coronavirus. So that is that is the situation. So today we're talking about marketing, how basically it's a marketing course, building up a relationship. Most people don't want to buy large ticket items for a business online entity, and so don't be one. Instead, be personal. If you are selling your products online, you're building a relationship, be frank and be professional. It basically develop a great content, showing that you are the ideal person to deliver what your customers want, and either because you have a proper credentials, you have the products he or she needs, or because you have the expertise that your customers are required. So you have to basically, for instance, suppose you are running if you are running a distance education like Open University, or maybe website for child therapists. So you've gotten the credentials and the recognition from professional organization to award CEUS. So, and this is clearly noted on your website. So if you have an award, you put it on your website. You have the education and experience to deliver classes online, but you need to be able to show your potential clients, not just the award, your potential students, that you are immediately qualified. Set up a section on your website for your articles. Have them rotate around the class you are trying to sell, perhaps addressing many issues that you would like to teach, but that don't fit into the class. For some reasons, you can actually create a blog and post regularly so that your site visit can get to know you. If you create a sense of intimacy and trust, you've set the right atmosphere to make yourself to customers. And how do you actually create a free tutorial online? The best way is to get, basically, when you are creating a free tutorial online, the idea is to get people buy your products. is to you're giving away information of what you can do, and you're positioning yourself as an expert. So since the hypothetically service offered here is a distance education program offering CEUS, a free tutorial is perfect for displaying your ability. So you can actually create a free tutorial displaying your ability for the service product tutorial not to be so obvious, a method for building trust with your customers. What about a beginner tutorial in developing a complete like model train layout? Or you can actually from planning the truck to cut the wood, or you can basically from planning truck to cutting the wood, or paper match to final touches. This sort of tutorial would make it immediately clear that you know what you're selling to your customers. So the take you take with the details in your tutorial will make it clear that you love your product enough to sell the super product. And if you are selling firearms, let's say, basically you will need to create a free tutorial in safety showing people as well as articles of legality and getting yourself trained. In America, I think it's legal to carry firearm. I know in South Africa it's legal to carry a firearm, so you could create that tutorial, and that would be a good choice. And the steps of how they can basically have legal rights to carry that firearm on the street for basically saltwater fish tanks. A thorough tutorial in caring for the fish tank will be ideal. Caring for the fish and the fish tank will be ideal for you to show your customers how they can look after their fish and their fish tank. Another benefit tutorial like this would be to use them to clarify the reason behind the high price of your products. And frequently people don't want to pay loads of money for things because they don't understand why they are so expensive. So if you have expensive products, you can actually create a tutorial and with the saltwater fish tanks description and descriptions of the complexities, and that will involve in perfect condition, properly balanced water and fish health. Your fish has to be healthy, maybe help your customers understand. That will help your customer. That may help your customers understand what they are buying, what kind of products they are buying, and also how do you develop special offers for your favorite clients. When you think of having someone interested enough in an item to purchase it, you might start emailing them articles to keep in reserve for just this sort of closing. And the best approach in general, fairly casual email, is email along the lines of articles. So you can use the same articles with every sale, but you don't have to let your customers know that you are using stock articles. What you are doing is you are building a rapport, expected to expect, or obsessed person to obsessed person in the case of many niche market. So to build their confidence in you and in themselves as well. So if you treat them like experts, they may become what? they will come to think they deserve the item they are considering to purchase. So like myself, if I'm selling, basically my product is love, relationship, connection. So if I connect my clients, so I have to show my clients that basically I'm an expert in that niche market. And of course, I have to develop my own closing style for my customers, but the basics remain the same. So you have to establish a relationship and a rapport to your customers. Allow the customers to know you. Allow the customers to see your expertise and club with them. You can have online, you can have a club where they can join. It doesn't have to be expensive, where they can join it, when you can just sit down and communicate with them, and they can ask questions. For such a distance technological medium of communication, the internet is surprisingly now more personal, so you can take advantage of that fact and watch your sales grow, your business flourish, and make your best customers into your friends and colleagues along the way. So how do we build a subscribers list with articles? Website basically generates sales. That's why we build them. When you build a website, you don't build a website for somebody to go and look at it and say, wow, she has a beautiful website. You want to generate sales. So the whole reason why they exist for many people. And mailing list also generates sales. Targeted mailing list especially are valuable. And the audience they are directed to have been identified as interest in their niche item. So, and they are likely to have a higher per piece sell ratio and the audience on a list generate from the phone book than the audience list you actually generate from the phone book. So did you know you could actually leverage the power of targeted mailing list for your website sales? So it's not a spam, and I have it on my website. You will be asking people to express interest in you mailing, in you mailing them things before you send anything. Not like basically selling. You have to position yourself as an expert to give free information, good, valuable, free information, and ask people to express, basically asking people to express interest in you mailing them before you send anything to them. And it's a great way to get a list of people, and you are advertising your company as well. And that's why you've got to that's why you are doing it, building a subscribers list, a group of people who like what you offer on your website so much they are willing to have their mailbox filled with more information from your site. And the primary tool you are going to use is to do it in the excellent original article. So I have people that I'm on their mailing list. So what happens is with these people that I'm on their mailing list, it means that sometimes I don't have to go and Google information if I'm looking for something, because every day there will be different things that are sent to my mailbox. So that means that if I want something, if there is a valuable information, instead of, it will save me time to go and on Google search and search for that thing that I'm looking for. If somebody that I'm already on their mailing list and I see that they have a good products that is just come out, so that would be an easy way for me to actually contact that person and ask more about their products. So that is the easy way to generate a mailing list. So how do you generate interest? First step, basically to generate interest. This is a unique method of creating a pool of target customers, is to generate enough interest in your website and make customers want to get more. The best way to do this is putting content, rich information articles on your website. Whether you write them or you hire somebody to write them, but I suggest you actually write your own content, because that means you connect more with your customers. And if you hire somebody to write them, it will end up being more expensive. So these articles should basically whet your customers' thirst for knowledge enough to get them to take the second step, signing up for your newsletter. So you can sign up area as a form, or that emails or customers information back to you. When you'll be responsible for signing the customers up for newsletter, you can also set up an automated system using some free available utility software. In essence, your customers' emails will bounce to program sitting on your survey, and the program itself will process the customer's request to be included on your mailing list. No matter how you do it, ensure that the sign up process is as simple, straightforward as possible and quick as possible. Customers ask to fill out length forms or jump through multiple emails hoops and like to finish the signing up process. So you have to keep it simple, short if it's possible, and as quick as possible. So I like forms that are quick. If you give me a form that is quick, I'm happy to sign it up. But if a form that is too long, I have to think about it. So how do we generate a subscribers list? The list of emails you now have is your subscribers list, and those emails are really all you need to run your newsletter. And to run your newsletter well, provide you have the content to insert into it, you will need to maintain the list, running outdated emails from time to time, and you should be responsible to any customer's request to be removed from the list as well. If somebody wants to be removed, you have to be responsible to remove them. So how you maintain the list and email the newsletter is up to you. You can create a group section on Yahoo Groups if you wish. This one is one of the simplest method of creating your group, but it also requires group emails include a Yahoo advertisement on each. So you can also create email distribution list in your home or online email as well, and send out your newsletter by hand when a new issue is ready. Then a newsletter doesn't have to be fancier than plain text, though you will see a few corporate email newsletter done in HTML. The important part of the email is that you include good solid content and the subscribers crave. So leveraging the subscribers list. Now that you have a subscribers list, you can do all kind of nifty things with it. You can offer subscribers only sales and deals, and this drives fresh sales to your website, while also making subscribers feel special because they've been singled out to participate in the sale. You can give them special discount coupons as well, or you can sell ad space on your newsletter to other vendors. Never sell anything inappropriate for your website. For instance, if you sell sports equipment, gym shoes, or tickets to sporting events will be appropriate, while information about lawnmowers will not be appropriate and would probably result in some annoyance among your customers. So you have to stay on your niche. You have to sell basically stay on your niche, so your customers don't get it confused. Though you can advertise within your newsletter itself, you should never sell your subscribers email list to anyone. Web customers are pretty smart, and it's not hard to figure out if you've been selling their information to someone without their consent. This is more likely to drive customers away to make them more loyal. So be a forum star by making sure that you look after your customers' details. And then how do you become a forum star? Forums, if you haven't been to one yet, or more or less what used to be called bullet boards, they are online. A forum is an online discussion area where you can post a comment and read everyone else's comment, because forums are gathering places for people to have interest in the forum topics. So they are an ideal place to pick up new customers with intelligent discussion or issue of basically general sharing of the knowledge you have as an expertise. So you become well recognized in your forum community, and it's also a great place to work at becoming an acknowledged knowledge guru of your topic. When people read your comment and either agree with them or learn from them, you gain trust and respect that are crucial to having your expertise recognized. One very, very good way to become a star in your forum is by posting links to exceptional articles you've been written or asking for feedback. I did this once. It's hard work, and I didn't do it again. I did it once. I sat on the computer and wrote an article for the forum, and basically if you have time for it, yes, you can. Or if you can hire somebody like a virtual assistant to sit there on the computer and send them information, maybe to do it for you, or if they know your company very well, or you can hire somebody who can learn more about the company, and then they can be a forum writer on the forum. I did it. It's hard work. It requires you to basically to comment on people's comment, and it's a good way basically for your company to be recognized, or for you to be recognized as an expert and in your whatever expertise. So you can, however, drive traffic at the same time to your site from a forum by basically synopsizing your forum, asking what people think, and posting a link back. Always put your website in your signature line too, and discuss how do you discuss articles in your own forum. Forum is not just a place where people go to talk about things. It's a living community based around central theme, and with the free software available today, there is no reason you couldn't arrange of your own forum for your customers. It puts you basically in the position of being a community leader. It gives you control over basically at least part of what's being discussed in your niche market, and it gives you customers the opportunity to interact with you and with one another. Forum may be time consuming too, so before you start, like I said before, I did try to actually create to get involved in the forum community is hard work. It's actually time consuming. It's easy if you have a subject like, I love talking about love, I love relationships, I love to hear people talk about relationships. If you are talking about the subject that you love, it's a great way to be there. But it requires time, because you have to comment, you have to sit there and type and comment and talk to people basically, and see what happens. So if, however, you enjoy working with it and it doesn't suck up all your time, it might be worth it considering. Be sure to schedule time to administer if you decide to run with it with, and it's not just forums that make you and your articles discussable. Is using blogs and forum as well. You can be a blogger. I know there is a girl, I've forgotten her name, she does YouTube, or she's a blogger, and she actually employs people to actually blog on her blogs. And she's very, very big. So you can do that and blog on your forum. Blogs today are amazingly easy to use, and the programs that compile them often come with a built-in comment features, and it allows those who have read your blog to post their own feedback, whether they think you're full of something, are unaware of your mighty wisdom, or have something to add to correct it. They will let you know. So, and it doesn't matter what feedback is, as long as not everyone calls you an idiot. So a couple of negative comments can stir up some controversy for you to be noticed, and intelligent started negative comments are an invitation to you to either recite what you said or clarify it in a way that makes it negative or negative positive. Sometimes the negative comment can basically stir up at a controversy that can basically lead to more people wanting to draw into what this subject is about, and everyone wanting to. If you look on Facebook, sometimes people have lots of comment because one person started controversy, and sometimes everyone wants to know what's the controversy is about, and they're drawn in. Before you know it, you're drawn into that subject as well. You want to comment. I've seen it comments on Facebook. Sometimes I go and watch, like Candice, she's into politics. She broadcasts her basically videos about politics. Sometimes I see people, they are commenting. Sometimes I read it, then I find myself being drawn, then I have to say no, then I don't want to get involved, then I run out of social media. So that's the part of it. That's the final part of it. So ask the expert features. Once you establish yourself as an expert in that article and blogging, you might find a lot of questions coming your way. People wanting to know so many things, asking questions. If so, time to establish for basically ask the expert session on your website. And either instance, you can use forum technology to set it up, or a simple questionnaire and answer format. Questionnaire and answer format technology to set up simple questions and answer format. So you can also set up ask questions and form a secondary page and simply rotate the questions and answer it in a format questions in a format way blog, FAQ blog. So ultimately you will be building your online reputation. Everything works together. Intelligent articles gain you credibility. And I know Sharon, basically she does one of the she blogs for the Isaiah article, and she's won an award as well. And you can do that if you have time. That's the great is a great way for people to recognize your company, and getting others to link to you gives you credibility as well. Plus it gets free eye to look at your website. Running an FAQ, a forum, or an interactive blog, it gives you the status of an expert. If you do have the time, just do it. You should try to do at least a little of all these forms online marketing. Ensure that at least a short mention of your site shows up in every medium. Do searches in forum for yourself frequently. When you start publishing articles online, there is a good chance that eventually you will find someone who waxes enthusiasm about your article. At this point, you can seize the moment, start a conversation about the article, promoting yourself, and add your website at the same time in every soft sell sort of way. So add your website using article in blogs. How do you use article in blogs? So blogs are one of the most recent and personal trends in online marketing. They start out as online web blogs, intimate journals kept by dedicated bloggers about their own lives and their work, or whatever they were thinking about at the time. Today, they are growing in a popularity as market tools. Blogs, whether you love them or hate them, are a new form of communication that is here to stay. Basically, there are several trades, blogs, that make it an excellent market tool. It's immediate and personal, and updated regularly, very casual in tone, flexible enough to include just about anything you want to discuss. So the immediate and personal may be most powerful feature of the blog. People often mistake the candor and intimacy of a blog for a personal relationship with a blogger. It is very tempting to talk back to those who blog. And when you have a personal relationship with another person, you tend to trust them by keeping or hiring someone else to keep for you, as many GM executive have done. So a blog of your own, you are inviting readers to share your personal life and to trust you. This is a powerful market tool. So I think I'm gonna stop here today, guys. I need to go and pick my daughter up today. It has been a good day for me, so I'm gonna stop here today. I might continue some other time, and live with grace, everyone, and God bless you. Go to Ngozi Talk Show's website page, and go to my website, Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency. If you want to get in touch with one of our speakers, please do, and just put a name of who the speaker you want to get in touch with. God bless you, and live with grace.